pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Either we're going to have some irate people here tomorrow morning, finding that that we held this meeting today, or else people are losing interest. Okay, let's move on to 3A. Michael, thank you for coming over. Good to see you.
Good morning. This is the Fourth Amendment to the state IGA, and it is an increase in funding of the amount of $87,000 approximately, mainly for our communicable disease program. This is public health funding, and the state hadn't paid us the full amount, so this is kind of them catching up.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Move to approve intergovernmental agreement 185806-4 with Oregon Health Authority and authorized department head Mike Rowley to sign.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Or any discussion? Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
Thank you.
Motion approved.
Thank you for making the trip.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming over.
Have a fun trip back.
3B, request approval of contract for Powers Park sewer line replacement.
Good morning,
Craig.
everyone.
Morning, Craig.
Good morning.
Well, that's the shortest I think Mike's ever been up here. That's amazing. Like, whoa, flash.
It's my first agenda that's only one page.
Yeah, so I know. Wow. Okay, we have a problem with our sewer line between our small restroom, our blue shelter, and where it connects to the manhole. It's approximately 600 feet of old. It's that ceramic pipe, 8-inch stuff. It was actually there when we took over the park back in the 70s.
Oh, my.
And it has a lot of root integration into it. It's cracked in a few. We had to come in and video it for us to show us where there's some dips and stuff in it. And we've been having some problems with that bathroom plugging up, not flushing and so forth. And we found that was our problem with that line that runs there. And it's a very long line that only services, 2 flush toilets and a sink,
Oh, so the blue, what you just said?
The blue shelter at Powers.
Okay, which one is that?
Oh, it's over kind of in the back. It's the big shelter that we have there that everybody uses. The Powers
Okay.
reunion uses it. We use it for the fishing derby. It's our big shelter there that we have there by the pond, kind of. And we'd like to see if we could, the board would approve and sign a contract with Tri-County Plumbing in the amount of $39,650 for the Powers Park sewer line replacement.
Do you have room in your budget to handle
Yes, this was in our capital outlay line item already.
All right.
Mr. Chair, move to approve and sign contract with Tri-County Plumbing in the amount of $39,650 for the Powers Park sewer line replacement.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? You're going to have to add to your yard fertilizer account number to compensate.
Craig, this is the one, it's kind of it's on the back side of the pond,
Yep.
down at not quite all the way down at the south end.
Right.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
I see, square roof.
Yep.
Further
Yeah.
discussion?
Oh, sir.
Yeah.
Craig, so this is little getting close to $50,000 if there's any sort of significant overruns on this project, please let me know right away, because it's going to trigger prevailing wage.
Okay.
So, like right on the cusp there, where you start
Yeah.
to feel a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
And they're digging into the ground, right? So they have a pretty good idea of what the problem is.
Yeah, Well, what they're gonna do is we're gonna completely vacate one manhole, because there's a manhole that really, I don't know, they put it there when they developed the park, or when they developed the mill site. And what they're not gonna do is, that's why the other bid was so much higher from Johnson Rock, because he was actually gonna trench and replace the whole line, and it was gonna be 10 foot deep, and so they'd have to use the coffin, and all that, the stuff for safety measures. What Tri-County's gonna do is they're gonna pull a 4-inch line through that. And so they won't be doing the digging and so forth in there, like they plan to do.
Going
Is
from
that,
an
is that,
8-inch to a 4-inch?
They're gonna put a 4-inch through an 8-inch.
Oh, gotcha.
so pulling that 4-inch through, you had mentioned that there were some dips and dives in that line. Is that gonna flow okay, do you think? or-
According to them, they say it will, because it's not, the dip is not completely, the water level's not completely the top of the pipe, so it's not that much of the 4-inch should still carry the gravity flow through it, because it's not completely, I guess you wouldn't say to the top of the water level, where the dip is not at the top of the pipe. So they should be able to pull it through there. And plus it'll be, the ABS will be rigid too, so we'll
Yeah,
keep it.
so it should float past some
Yeah.
of that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So are they gonna use 20-foot lengths and couple it? Do you know?
They'll, glue it together and.
Yeah,
and
there's
shove it
plenty of
through.
room for the
They'll use the
couplings.
green, I think they're gonna use according to West, the green is gasketed, the bell is gasketed.
Oh, uh-huh.
So, and then they can push it together and then feed it through, because there's a corner, it comes down in the corner, so they can feed it through that corner all the way to the manhole, and then feed it the other direction back towards the building.
Very innovative.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought so too, yeah.
Further discussion?
No, sir.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. Thanks, Craig. By the way, I look at what's going on in the newspaper regarding the state park system and compare that to how you're running our system. And we don't have to supplement. In fact, it contributes to the general fund. Real proud of the work that you and your crew are doing.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a very good job, yeah.
If they call and try to poach you, would you please let us know right away?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
All right.
welcome.
Okay, request approval of a 2026 paid holiday. HR, you gonna take this one? Colton?
Yeah. So, we are requesting board approval of the attached paid holiday list for 2026. The list applies to all county employees except those that are in a collective bargaining unit and have separate holiday terms. These are the same holidays we always do.
You wanna read them off just so everyone knows?
Yeah, the New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Day, President's Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, Day after Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, move to approve the 2026 paid holiday list.
Second?
Have a motion and a second, discussion?
No, sir.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, those opposed, motion approved. Let's move on to 3D, County Council.
Yeah, we're amending the Coos County rules, chapter 10 specifically. Prepared a resolution that would amend chapter 10 of the Coos County rules and delegate spending authority to department heads to purchase goods and services from another county department, provided the purchase is reflected in each department's budget for that year. And the resolution would also update the table of contents, because they were, the table was a bit updated.
Mr. Chair, move to approve Resolution 25-11-28L.
Second?
Motion and a second, any discussion?
Yeah, Colton, was there were we going to have a discussion about, maybe we already did, about raising the spending authority from 10,000? Did we already do that?
No, not yet. That's a little more complicated than this change because
Yeah.
Federal spending limits still apply. And so we have to figure out how to, structure the rules so that we're taking advantage of the higher spending limit that we have under state law, while also ensuring that anytime federal
Okay,
It's a little tricky.
all right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing that.
I have a question here. This could be implemented provided that the purchase is reflected in each department's budget for that year. It seems to me that a lot of these types of transactions between departments would come up rather quickly. It wouldn't be something you'd necessarily plan for a year ahead of time. Unless I'm wrong,
Megan's coming.
No, I saw the same thing, Mr.
Megan
Chair.
has something to say. Or what's your name? Yeah, Megan.
So most of these expenses are planned
Oh,
and
they
are
are, okay.
budgeted.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and so that is what is making it, it's assuming that you guys have already seen that through the budget process, and so you're aware of
Oh.
it. There will be a quiz. And if it's not in the budget, then we will come to get approval because it wasn't planned
All
and
right,
it is out
all
of the
right.
order.
So there's a way around it if it
Yeah.
comes up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa.
That makes good sense. So, any further discussion?
No, sir.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. And I think this is yours, Commissioner Rod.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, we're considering economic development fund transfer to food pantries. This was in response to the federal government shutdown, which of course now is over. But food pantries were seeing depletion rates that were unusual. And so we wanted to move some funds from the Economic Development Fund into food pantries and buttress their supply a little bit so that we don't have SNAP-dependent families in Coos County suffering because of that shutdown. It's a little bit of a moot point now with the reopening of the feds. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we should just discuss this. But I was proposing to issue a transfer in the amount of $40,000 from ED for the benefit of Coos County food pantries, and so that was the proposal on the table.
I appreciate your bringing this up. I know that we've never done this out of economic development before, but can't have people going hungry either. But I do recognize that there's been some changes in the last week, thank goodness. And you were going to check on
Yeah.
food.
I was able to get some information, so we also discussed where we would allocate the money, where the food would go, and Food Share is the one I proposed because they supply the food to most of the food banks in Coos County. Currently, they are receiving historically low amounts of food from the Oregon Food Bank to the Food Share. However, they are decently stocked at least through the end of the year. A question came up how much food they give out. Last year, they averaged 141,000 pounds per month. In 2020, they had done 2.4 million pounds, and that was their highest ever. Last month, however, was only about 100,000 pounds going out the door. And despite the low amount, they're doing okay right now. Their biggest concern is post-holidays, January 1st, when the able-bodied worker exemption goes kind of away. You can still appeal for coverage, but you have to make that appeal through the state if you're looking for work. So the able-bodied program only applies if you've already got a job and you're working 80 hours a month. If you're looking for a job, that will be lost January 1st. However, like I say, they can reapply and request an exemption, which should be approved, and it would go through the state. But as we're familiar with the state's processes, those take a while. So I talked with Laura Hunter, who runs the Food Share under ORCA, and It sounds like they're okay for now, but it may be something we want to revisit in a month or two.
I'll, I visited the food cupboard, just one, and their shelves were not fully stocked. But I was told that they've not been able to fill every request for every particular item someone might want, but no one has walked out of the food cupboard without food. And so no one's, if they've served, is going hungry. They may not get exactly what they want to eat. So
I should have clarified as well. They expect to be good as of this week. They're low right now. When their Oregon Food Bank shipment arrives this week, and at that point, we're going to find out if they actually received what they've requested or not.
Well, thank you for that. Should we just table this for further consideration? Is that all right?
Yeah, I think that's fine, Mr. Chair. There's not an emergent need. And should it arise again, then we can address it at that time. Thank you.
Okay, consent calendar.
Move to approve the consent calendar?
Second?
Those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, motion approved. We have no late agenda items, do we? Commissioner reports. Rod, do you want to start off?
Sure. So we had the Coos Curry Farm Bureau dinner on Friday night at Lord Bennett's, and that was it's always enjoyable to get together with those ag producers and hear what their concerns are, answer their questions, which were many. And Representative Boyce was in attendance with all three of us, and it was a good meeting. I can't say that the attendees all left terribly encouraged about the situations that we elucidated for them, but nonetheless, they appreciate being apprised, and so it's always nice to hang out with some salt of the earth. Also last week was, of course, Veterans Day, and I know that, I think, did you guys both do, well?
Yep.
Yeah, we did the Band and Veterans Parade, which was very well received and very enjoyable. And this week, of course, we have the AOC conference, the Association of Oregon Counties General Conference, annual conference. Starts tomorrow and goes through the end of the week up in Eugene. So we'll all be out for that. And let's see, I didn't make notes of anything else relevant to discuss. So there you go. That's it for me, sir.
Yep. We're on a roll. As Rod mentioned, we were all at the Coos Curry Farm Association last week, their dinner. Got a chance to talk to some folks about what Myrtle Point and Powers talked about with the slaughterhouse, economics and all that. Iffy, but it got some folks to talk to me and some people from the state interested and wanting to talk about it. Let's see. Dealing with the mental health agreement with the state around aid and assist still, talked about that a lot. Working on getting numbers around what state troopers are doing in our county, what they're funded, what their mission set is, their statistics on arrests and stops, not really getting a response from the state on those, but so that I can make a case towards if their funding is being utilized in a beneficial manner. As I mentioned before, if the county doesn't fulfill certain roles, then the state does it and bills us. The state allocates 14 officers to our district. They have not had 14 officers, as near anyone I've talked to can remember, since at least the pre-90s. So my argument will be, of course, that they're not doing their part and they should provide us the money because we are able to do it. So that's my stuff.
good one too, Drew. I like
Thank
that
you.
a lot.
Did some fun things, as well as county things. For some years now, Coos Bay and North Bend have been hosting, I think it's 4A and 3A girls volleyball state tournament. A lot of people come, and some friends of mine put together each year for all of the visiting coaches and other people a barbecue. And I help help serve food. I ferried it from the barbecue to the food table where people picked it up. Fun, but the important thing is it's just how generous and caring our citizens of our county are. Really did a good job. Following evening, went to the Boys and Girls Club auction. Very worthwhile endeavor, and it was well attended and well funded. I went to, I think along with Drew, a housing workshop held at the Coquille Casino. Again, that was well attended and talking about programs and increasing the amount of housing that's being built here. Went to Southern Oregon Community College, Southwestern Oregon Community College, for presentation by the Port of Humboldt County, talking about what they're doing to prepare for the possibility of offshore wind development. Of course, it was well attended. I would note that one of the presenters talked about the fact that this offshore wind, floating offshore wind, is actually in place off the coast of Scotland and Denmark. And I Googled that and found that, yes, it has been, but they're pulling them away or shutting
That's
them down.
right.
And then that evening went to the same evening, Friday last week, went to the Farm Bureau meeting. Spent a good part of yesterday gathering together food and drink for the Taste of Oregon event at the AOC meeting. I crossed the border, had to go south of the border a bit to pick up Langus Market hot dogs. Apparently, I don't think anyone up at Eugene will know where the county line is. We've been getting away with it for the past half dozen years, so don't think anyone will complain. We have also cheese from the cheese factory in Bandon. And
Wait a minute. What if the Curry County guys bring those too?
they never bring anything. They hardly
Poor
ever
Curry
come
County.
anyway. And so, yeah, I'm going to think about bringing Abyssala wine next year because no one comes from Douglas County either.
Oh, wow.
At any rate, and we for drink we have Seven Devils Brewery for selections, and the Bandon
Band and Rain?
four different tastes of that. So no sit again. Bobby's got stuff. He got pepperoni, smoked tuna. One of the big hits over the years had been smoked oysters, but Chuck's always made those, and they quit making them. Apparently, they're too troublesome to make. If you have a source of smoked oysters, probably too late for this year, but for next year. Anyway, that ends anything I have. How about citizen comments?
There's so many presents.
David, can you help us with something?
No, I talked the last couple of meetings, I'm gonna pass. Thank you.
Well,
I do need to point out, Mr. Chair, that at that Taste of Oregon, as far as I can tell, the biggest hit in recent years was definitely the Shark Bites margaritas.
Yep.
So big that next year they put a curb on drinking. Rightfully so. One of the things I talked about at the, bouncing back a little bit, at the Farm Bureau meeting was financing of local taxing districts. It isn't just the counties that are having troubles. It's the whole idea that that we can expect to fund all local governments and governmental services with a property tax that's based on only half the value of the real property. And thank heavens that's not based on the full value, because none of us could afford much property if that were the case. And I think this is an important message to get out. We essentially have a one-legged stool with a property tax, and half of that leg has been cut off. We need to diversify our income and find something different, something more. And I know I'm repeating myself. The state has, as far as education goes, has kind of admitted apparently that local taxes don't properly fund all governmental services, and specifically education. They have over a $5 billion a year program to supplement local tax revenues for education. But they haven't really given much thought to jails, prosecution, other things that the counties do. So, unless someone has something more to say, we are adjourned. Thank you.
New record, 27 minutes.
That is,
Had to
Previous
stretch it
was
out to
29.
get to that.
Yep, previous was 29, at least since I've been on.